why we get big numbers over here. They feed you guys popcorn and sodas. You take care of. Very excited to get here today. I've had a lot of conversations with Sid and Spoon, and you know, these guys have made some decisions that just announced on social media. Some things that they've taken into account over the last probably a lot longer than we've been talking. And then really as this year kind of unfolded and as the bowl games got announced, I'd see these players all over the country. I've never lost a player early to a non-playing bowl game, right? So all the bowls I've ever played in, all of our guys have ever played, but I haven't been to a bowl game for 5 years, right? Went 3 years in the NFL, and my last year at Arkansas we didn't qualify for one, and we didn't qualify for one last year. So the times of college football have changed a little bit, and I would see these players announce and have, you know, a flash of Twitter mania, right? When they would make these announcements through Twitter, and I basically reached out to Brett about 2 weeks ago, and I talked to a couple guys on our staff, and I'm like, if these guys are gonna, you know, jump into the next opportunity, we should celebrate them, right? We should celebrate them. We should give them a moment to say their piece to the University of Illinois and to their teammates, and a lot more than just a graphic on a social media flash, right? And as a head coach, I've always tried to tell our guys, look, I'm going to do anything and everything I can to build your value, to make you as great as possible, so when you leave here, you can maximize the opportunities that are in front of you. And for me personally, as a head coach, these two guys represent everything I could ever ask for. Two guys from two different backgrounds and histories, a little bit of journeys that are similar but also very different. With Spoon, he was a guy that when I first came in here, met his personality, met his smile, met his demeanor. I think he had started 10 games over 2 years before we got here, but I remember watching him in early workouts, realizing the length that he had, the athleticism, the burst, but then when you really saw it was when we got into spring ball, the competitive nature that he has, his ball instincts, his charisma. And last year he was a pretty good player. I believe he finished as an all-conference honorable mention player, but something clicked in the spring. Something happened within him that kind of took his play to a different level, and I could see it unfold in the fall camp, and I could really see him turn into something that was just different. And it's because of his football intelligence, his IQ, his awareness, his toughness, his God-given ability, his ability to read and react. I say this to scouts all the time when I'm sitting down. There's the first play against Indiana that he made. It was pretty explosive, and I've said many times, I think he knew the play was coming before the quarterback called it, just because I think he had saw much film, had anticipated and been able to read and react, and an unbelievably talented player. Wish him the best of luck. And then obviously one half of the twin combination with Sydney up here. These guys have done a lot of special things, but I think Sydney's toughness, I think his ability to grow from where we were a year ago to where he is this year. You know, one of the things that I thought was very unique is all last season as he began to play with so much explosiveness, so much power, he never had a targeting call, right, and wasn't penalized. And when you play with the way he does at that position and to play that way physically and not be penalized for anything, and that character showed me the restraint that he had. His ability to make plays this year, especially in the second half of the season, was unparalleled for me. The positions that he plays, not just within our defense, but this year I asked him because I knew we had to take a special teams jump. I actually asked both of them, but Sid kind of took the lead. What he did for us this year on punt coverage, I mean, he was unstoppable, and that's brought great value to him. So what I want to do is just give them a chance to each say their piece, let you guys ask some questions, and I know you guys got a lot of questions about some other areas of our program, but I wanted to just have an opportunity to celebrate these two young men for everything they've given Illinois. So with that, I'll just turn it over to Sid.
Yeah, well, this wasn't an easy decision. I owe a lot of credit to my family and everything to put me in this position right now, and I give it to Coach B. I mean, you look at me from coming in here as a freshman a few years ago and where I am now. These past 2 years have changed my life completely, and it's just a testament to Coach B and everything that he does. And I wouldn't be the player I am without the football 101 sessions and everything that we've done over time to put us in this position. You know what I mean? So, it was tough. I'm a captain of this team, it's not easy. I love these guys, and I've poured it out here for 5 years. I'm gonna tear up because I love this place, and where it's taken me over the past 5 years. Forever be in debt for what they've been able to give me over time, and thank you guys for being part of this journey. It hasn't been easy, but I give it everything to Coach B and where he's taking this program. And I owe a lot of credit to Coach Waltz for working with me and developing me into the player I am, and just the entire staff for everything they did. So with that being said, I think it's best for me to move forward and start seeking new opportunity.
For me, just piggyback off what he said. I just owe everything to Coach B. Honestly, he just came in and he just poured into us like we were just young men, like he already knew who we were, and we just learned a lot from under him. Within these past 2 years, a lot of growth, a lot of development, and it's just been a wonderful experience under him. And I just really want to take the time out to tell you thank you, Coach B, for putting up with us and believing in us. And then just giving us this opportunity to play at this next level. So just want to shout out to Coach Wall as well, who he did so wonderful for us for the defense, and we just played together and we all trusted in him and we just believed in what he did. So without him, I don't think it would be the same. So shout out to him. But it's just been a wonderful opportunity over these last 2 years, and I wouldn't want to spend it nowhere else with no other person. With my team, with my person Brown right here, just my guy. So, yeah, man, it's just a bittersweet moment, honestly.
Got time for just a couple questions here, these guys.
This for both you guys, maybe a little overlooked, as high school prospects coming in here under Lovey and then getting coached by this coaching staff. Like, what does that say about your stories? Like, how were you guys successful in getting to where you are?
I just kept my head down and kept working, honestly. I never really cared about no stars and stuff like that because I just never thought that defined a person. So for me, I just kept my head down, kept working. I come from a small town, so not many people make it from where we're from, but the guys that do, we just work hard and we just play with the edge and the chip on our shoulder. So I just think I use that to get through where I am today.
Yeah, I just kind of look back on my journey, what I came from and where I've been able to prosper through. And being a kid from Canada, you're always overlooked. A lot of the time, people don't look at you, they don't respect your talent, they don't respect your game because you're a Canadian kid from Canada. But growing up the way I did, all I know is how to grind. And doing extra work to put myself in position to outwork everybody in front of me. You know what I mean? So just comes from that, and then again, Lovie Smith taking a risk on me, not knowing what I'm about and what I'm able to do. So. That played a big part in it, but I'm going to note this. You look at the growth that we had in the past 2 years and what we've been able to do in the past 2 years as a player on the field, like productively. You look at the tape from this past 2 years and compare it to 3 years ago. You can't even compare them because we look like different players, right? So, Coach B came in here and really he changed our lives. He changed our lives for the better, and I wouldn't be able to sit in front of you and today and say I'm prepared to make this jump in my life without the hard work and dedication that Coach B's put into us in this program.
Thanks, Devin. Now having a chance at the end of the year to kind of look back and reflect, what has this year kind of been like for you as you've kind of seen your stock rise a lot?
It's just been a wonderful opportunity. I just say that it's been a wonderful opportunity. Playing alongside these guys, we just been played together. We all trusted each other, and this year took off for me, and I'm just proud to be where I am today. So I was just saying.
Sydney. Oh, go ahead.
Joey, then Steve, and then we'll move on.
Kevin, you're going to have a plaque in Grange Grove. Your jersey's going to hang in the Smith Center for being a consensus vote. What does that mean to you to know that that's always going to be there? What do you hope your legacy was that you left here?
It means a lot to me. I still haven't soaked it all in yet until I get a chance to see it and stuff like that. But just a chance to be remembered forever here at this place, that right there just holds so much weight on my heart. And I just thank God for that. So it just means a lot to me, and I don't know, man. It's just a surreal feeling, man. Like I said, I haven't a chance to soak it all up yet, but it's just a wonderful feeling to know that I will be remembered forever in this place. So I just thank God.
Sydney, hi. You mentioned being a captain. That's kind of like an added factor most people probably wouldn't think of. Can you articulate more about, how that weighed on you? It seems like a extra heavy-duty decision you had.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I represent this team, the defense, and everything that they're about, right? So what it just adds is it adds another level of, I mean, dedication in my mind to, you know what I mean, represent them and finish this out with them. That's what it means to me. I will never be deserving enough to represent any of the guys in the locker room, you know. So, and for me to make this jump, I feel selfish. I always put them first and everybody first. So to make this mark and, you know, kind of, I mean, I just feel selfish, you know what I mean. So it's hard because I want to be with the guys. I want to do everything with them, and the people in this building is what keeps me here. So, I mean, it's tough in that realm if you look at it like that. But you know, it just adds more of a factor when you're a captain.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.